Hi, guys. This message is for anyone who the title resonates for. It is December 24th, Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas to you all. So, an energy I'm picking up on is there is a masculine who secretly wants to heal a connection with a person. And they may be keeping it to themselves, may not be expressing this to friends, family, or anyone. They secretly want to heal a connection with a person. They secretly want to heal things within themselves, but they feel stuck. They don't know how to heal themselves. They don't know how to express this. They don't know how to go about it. And the reason this masculine is having trouble either expressing this, first and foremost, he's having trouble on how figuring out how to heal himself. He's feeling stuck. And this is because he doesn't have some type of balance in his life. This could be due to maybe secrets in the past or things he's so accustomed to doing, he doesn't know how to do without doing those things that he's been doing that has kept him stuck. There's a masculine here who has felt stuck at a period in their life, maybe where they're at in life. And this is because they got to heal aspects within themselves. This is a masculine who is very stubborn, very set in their ways, very hard to change. And that's because this masculine is not open to receive. And if you're a masculine listening, then this is you. You gotta compromise. You gotta find that peace and balance in your emotions. And it's and the only way to truly heal this connection that you're wanting to heal, you'd have to be willing to make a sacrifice. But something in your heart is telling you you want to heal this for a reason. Even if you're like, no, I shouldn't heal that connection with that person. I'm just going to accept it. It's over. It's done. But something in your heart wants to heal that connection. That's because there's some type of growth this person that you want to heal with. They bring you balance. They bring you peace. They compromise with you. This is a balanced individual. This is someone who you want to heal with, who has a very high intuition. This person knows you deep down, inside and out. And you may feel like any other individual you've dealt with, masculine, has not. But you feel stuck. You're not taking action, but you're becoming aware of your feelings. Some of you, you're masking, you're becoming aware you need to heal, and you got to stop keeping this a secret. Otherwise, you'll never achieve certain goals you want. You'll never achieve this relationship. Some of you may be feeling like, if I don't do this, I'm going to miss out on an opportunity in a lifetime, because you may have come across an individual who you're not with. You're not with this person. Um, who really brought you some kind of peace and balance, who was very tapped in, and who deep down knew you inside and out. This may be someone you could have pulled or pushed away because you couldn't keep nothing from this person. They could have found out everything, or you can't lie to this person. Like, it's just like you can't get nothing past this person. And yeah, that might have made you push, but at the same time, it draws you in because that's someone who knows you. There's a chemistry, there is a spiritual bond here, but there's a sacrifice that needs to be made. And sometimes to get what we want or what our heart truly desires, we have to make a sacrifice. And sometimes those sacrifices are big. And this is why this masculine is staying stuck, because they know that they have to make a sacrifice. They would have to heal certain aspects within them to heal this connection. And they're so used to doing things their way and having control. This could be a person who likes to control, who's very dominating. They have been doing this for a long time. They can't imagine changing and healing and not doing it, but something keeps drawing them towards this. And there's a masculine here awakening to this, their feelings, their intuition, feeling like, maybe I need to do something different. Maybe I need to compromise and work with this person, even if it doesn't mean being in a relationship. I need this person in my life, some way, shape, or form, because this person can bring me some type of growth and spiritual knowledge and healing to get me unstuck in my life. And this is true. If you're a masculine watching this, very true. There is an individual, you've came across at some point, could have been with or not been with. You have already met this person, but they're a very spiritual person, very highly intuitive, and you could have even hurt this person in the past. And You didn't recognize who they were at first, but as time went on, you're recognizing your feelings and how this person makes you feel. And it may be like no other, because you could have been dealing with some kind of earth angel, you know, and you didn't know this at first when you met this person. This person could have kept their gifts and their hidden inner knowledge to themselves. And as time went on, you realized a certain way that a certain individual makes you feel. And your higher self is like, I could see myself committing to that person, you know, but you would have to ascend to your higher self to even have this. Otherwise, it'll never happen. And that causes, there's conflict within you on doing that. You feel like if you make a certain sacrifice to do this, it's going to cause conflict in your life. And some of you, it could be because you could already be in a commitment with someone else. And to leave that commitment, there's going to be fights, conflict, battles, and you know, but that comes with sacrifice. Just choose your battles wisely. Let people say and do what they do, even if it affects you. Just handle it, you know, and keep moving forward. Um, and some of you are feeling like if you don't heal this connection, you know, you're heartbroken. And this is someone, if you were with them, you could have broke their heart and put them in a third party and didn't communicate, you know, because you were blind to some kind of truth in yourself and blind to who you were dealing with. You're realizing this person tamed your inner ego. This person really showed caring, you know, compassionate and love to you in a way that centered you, but you could have felt like it's too much work to be with this person because of those sacrifices. You'd have to change things within you. You can't keep secrets from this person. You got to be honest. You got to be ready to commit. You got to be loyal. And this, whoever this is, this masculine, for this masculine to do all that, it's like, that's a lot of work. But the only reason it's a lot of work is because this masculine has not done the inner work, worked on their balancing emotions, you know, worked on being honest, worked on loyal, worked on their own truth in their own life. And sometimes people don't want to look at themselves, but this masculine feels drawn to this energy. You know, this person gives you know, this masculine some kind of hope in some kind of way. Deep down, this masculine hopes that, and he could be keeping this a secret. You could, if you're masculine, it's you. I might say he because I don't know if there's feminines watching, but you guys know, place the roles. He's keeping it a secret that deep down he could see stability, a commitment, and all this with this individual, celebrating a divine connection. But this could be a masculine who's never been loyal before, you know, or could haven't been hurt, or like I said, is already in a commitment. This is someone who don't, you know, and if they're in a commitment, it may not be marriage. This is someone who may thought that they would never be married, and they want all of this with this certain individual. But there's blockages because, you know, they could have self-sabotaged this connection, or they're a person who self-sabotages and, you know, just ignores connections or ignores signs and synchronicities from God and the divine of opportunities, or this opportunity for growth, this opportunity to move forward in your life. Because this masculine is already feeling stuck in their life or in a situation, a commitment where they're at, where they're not getting balanced, they're not getting spiritually fed, they're not working on their inner work. So in return, in their life, they're already feeling stuck, and not just wherever they're at in life in general, because it's everyone and everything around them may seem like the same. They've never come across an individual who makes them feel peace and balance, who feeds them knowledge in a spiritual way where it is I can't think of a word. It intrigues them and they want to know more. You know, they're used to the typical whatever they choose to date, you know, relationships based upon passion and attraction, and those people only link up and we party, we have sex, we drink, we smoke, or those things, or it's just passion. There's no chemistry that's really there. There's no spiritual growth and connection, a very strong connection intuitively between the two. And he's never felt this before. So it's making him feel stuck, and he knows, he's becoming aware of who she is. And don't doubt this masculine for 1 minute. It's time to change, but you know, if you do this change, or to bring this change, it may cause a tower in your life. And by tower, I mean, you know, you're going to have a lot to work on and deal with Not only if you already are in a situation, but other people, your finances, you could be in a codependent or in a situation where there's shared finances. And then to heal and pursue this connection deep down that the masculine really wants, it's going to affect his finances. Another reason this masculine may not come forward because his finances aren't right, but he's already in the tower, or you, and your foundation that you're already in is crumbling around you because it wasn't built on a solid connection, or you're with the wrong person. Some of you are a masculine is already in a commitment, and um it's based off finances. Okay, can you give me a minute to finish my video and then I'll come out there? Thank you. Sorry, guys, it's my daughter. Um, there's a masculine here who is in a connection that is codependent. They're just together simply due to finances, and there's been a lot of betrayals and backstabbing in that. And this masculine's already feeling defeated, but steady giving to this connection due to finances, steady, and there could have been cheating, lies, betrayal. And this is a masculine choosing to stay stuck due to a codependency here, due to shared assets or finances. And there could be fear to let this go and make this sacrifices. Are they going to get taken to court? How are they going to provide, all these things? If you allow that fear to sink in, you'll never know, and you're just going to stay in a situation you're unhappy in anyway, and it's going to eventually come to an end anyhow, especially if it's not divinely connected. So keep that in mind, masculines. It's a really good time to follow your heart. Things will work out. Even I'm not saying there's not going to be struggles and trials, but things will work out if you're following your heart and you're doing the right thing. But most and foremost, if you're already in another situation, making sure you're being honest about yourself and your intentions in that situation, because we're not, it comes to an end or a crumble some way, shape, or form eventually. And this could have been, this connection that this masculine truly wants and desires. He could have held back from, didn't give much, and this was a feminine who loved him, who showed love and compassion, and he held back and didn't give much. But the reason was because of another situation, finances. He didn't want to be honest. His pride and ego got in the way. This is a masculine who needs to go within. He needs to leave the situation behind and have the courage to do it. But he's guarded, and again, it's due to finances, and this has him stressed out because he knows something needs to end. He knows there's a situation he needs to let end that's been needing to end. And he knows that there's things within him he needs to change because he's already unhappy. He's already got things stuck from moving forward in his life. He's already stressed out, and he could have, in this feminine that he truly desires, could have set boundaries and healed. It could be a masculine who needs to heal toxicity, smoking, drinking addiction, sex addiction, porn addictions, and this masculine is starting to at least think about it, how he treated a certain individual, his life, where he's at, what keeps him stuck, what he has to offer, how he presents himself. And, but the problem is, especially if it's a masculine dealing with any kind of addictions, he doesn't know how. He feels like, how do I even begin to heal this? Where do I go? Where do I start? Especially if it's a masculine with ego. There's always counselors, professional help. There's the internet, at least to start, or, you have to speak up. You got to be willing to speak out. You got to accept help from others. First, you got to accept that you have a problem. And if it's not addictions, you got to accept you have issues in your life and things you need help on and seek advice and to work on. So this is where this masculine is feeling stuck. Where do I even begin? How? Well, first you got to accept it and walk away. And you got to make sure your intentions are good. There's no selfish codependency. There's no using people. There's no keeping secrets. There's no lying. You got to first be honest with yourself and then with others, because there will be a whole new opportunity, but you got to be willing to take that action, that leap of faith, and make that sacrifice, to, more importantly, if it's not even towards the person you truly desire in your heart, you got to be willing to take that chance and make that sacrifice to invest in your happiness, to invest in loving yourself enough to leave when things aren't there right anymore, to make sure your priorities and principles are straight. Especially there may be a masculine here who put more focus in a relationship than his children. Not saying he didn't focus on his children at all, but he put more focus in his self and other things. So there's a masculine here, and if you don't have children, you know that part's not for you, but who's really becoming awakened not only to his feelings for an individual, but to his life, things he needs to work on, how he jumps in relationships, not just going for passion and letting relationships be based upon sex and what a person can gain and get from, realizing he's giving and receiving to the wrong people. He didn't give enough to the right person, and he's looking back about that. And it could be sad, all these illusions and confusion a masculine has been living in for a long time, and he could be realizing there's cycles that need to close out. And if you want this person that your heart truly desires, you got to be willing to make that sacrifice. And if you truly want it and desire it, you will. It's no longer, you got to be willing to take some action. There's got to be action, and it can't be action based upon manipulation or worried about how you look to this feminine that you truly desire, or feeling like you got to have money to work on yourself or to look good, or she may judge you, or this is the reason you kept a lot of things hidden, or it was all about image. You got to just be honest. A person will appreciate honesty most importantly over anything. You got to get out your head. You can't be, and another thing, this ain't for all of you. It could be a masculine who, especially if he's in a connection that he's not happy, but he's been in it due to finances, shared assets, or codependency. There was cheating in this relationship. This could have been a masculine or the person he's with. Take it how it resonates. There was sneaking and cheating or regretful things and done. And this is someone who's been doing this. They could share children, and that connection's been blocked, and there's going to be justice. Eventually it's going to crumble anyway, but this could be a masculine who's never truly been loyal, as far as, not cheating or have truly felt like he wanted to give his heart to someone or marry anyone. And he's met or dealt with one person and his feelings, and he's keeping this a secret. And he realized he would have to change for this, or he's going to miss out on opportunity. It's odd that I'm getting this energy today. I was like, what's the energy? I got, these 4 cards here: Temperance, Hangman, High Priestess, and Emperor. And it's going to be a struggle for him to change, but he's got to put in the action. He will be happy in the end if he does. But if he stays in a codependent, that's going to crumble anyway, eventually. And if someone helps you grow spiritually, or they bring you peace and balance in such way, you got to realize, I want this person in my life. Even if we can't be together, I need at least friendship. I need this person in my life. I should have treated someone better. I should have, wanting to heal a connection. And it will require compromise. This is a masculine who has got to learn to compromise. He's got to trust his intuition. He's got to follow his heart, and he's thinking about this. So this must be an energy of someone on Christmas Eve, and it must be, especially if he's in another connection, realizing how he could be spending it versus how he is, and many other things in his life, But that's what I got for you guys. Basically, if you're a masculine watching this, you got to make that sacrifice and take action. It's going to take time. Take your time. You got to learn to compromise. You got to be honest, not just with this person, with other situation areas in your life. And you got to start putting in that work. You will be rewarded for it. You will be happy. Your heart's telling you this. You're just finding a struggle of how, what am I going to do if you got to have that faith and belief. But like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment.